Hello everyone. In my last video, I had explained about combination of cells in series and parallel. In this video, I will again explain about combination of cells in series and parallel, but here I will state the condition in which you can get a maximum current from the circuit in series combination of cells and in parallel combination of cells. So, here we shall discuss about condition of getting maximum current. Okay, so at first we shall discuss about series combination. So in series combination, how can we get maximum current? Let us see. So here in this circuit you can see that this is cell 1, cell 2 and till n number of cells these are arranged, that is one after the other it is arranged. Okay, and there are total n number of cells. Okay, and these are in series and this is connected to an external resistance R and current I is flowing across the circuit. So in this case we take that the EMF in each case is E and internal resistance is R. So in each case in EMF is E and internal resistance is R. So then total EMF in series can be written as, so since in series there are n number of cells, so you have to take into account the EMF of all the cells and add it up. So if you add all of this, so you will get n times E. How? Why n times of E? Because in each case EMF is E. So if you add all this, so suppose you keep on adding till n terms. So finally you will get n times of E. Okay, since all the EMFs are E. Now similarly, total internal resistance in series. So this line is same as this one. So here also we get till Rn. So here also, since the resistance is same, internal resistance is same in all the case, so we can write it as n into small r. Therefore, total resistance across the circuit will be what? Sum of the internal resistances and the external resistance, because we have considered here the total resistance. So we have to take the total resistance present in the circuit. So here we have the external resistance as R and the internal resistances as N into R. So this is our total resistance of the circuit. Now if you are asked to find out the current, so in that case how can we find out the current? So let us write in this manner. So if you are asked about current can be written as total EMF by total resistance. Okay, so total EMF is n times of E and resistance is, total resistance is from here we can write. So this is our current. Okay. So this is our formula for current. Now if you are asked how can you get the maximum current from this circuit, so in this case if we take the resistance much greater than combination of all the internal resistances, then what will happen? Then we will get from here what we will get. So this term can be neglected because R is much greater than this. So you can write NE by R, or you can write N times of E by R. That means you can get maximum current when you take the external resistance R much greater than the internal resistances. Okay, so in that case you will get I N times of the current, okay, that can be drawn from one cell. So this is how you can get. Now let us see what happens if R much less than NR. So what happens when R is much less than NR? Then NE, so R will be neglected. Here we will get the current due to a single cell, which is obviously much less than this one. So this is the condition. Okay, so this is the condition for getting, maximum current from the circuit when R is much greater than NR. Now let us see the condition of getting maximum current in the case of parallel combination of cells. So here you can see cells are arranged in parallel way, and here we can see some cells are here. So 1, 2, 3 and more number of cells are here. Suppose there are m number of cells in total. Okay, this will continue. Suppose 1, 2, 3 and it will go on up to m number. So in that case, so if there are m number of cells, okay, and each of these cells have an EMF E and internal resistance R. Okay, therefore the equivalent resistance of n number of cells, so equivalent resistance of n number of cells, let it be written as 1 by R equals to 1 by R plus 1 by R plus it will go up to N. Okay, so sorry, it will go up to M. So here we can write then M into 1 by R or M by R. Therefore let it be R prime. So R prime will be R by M. This is your external resistance R and this is R prime. Now total resistance in the circuit will be external resistance plus internal resistance. So external resistance is R plus internal resistance is R by M. So this is our this is our total resistance in the circuit. Now we have to find out the current. Therefore current in the circuit. So current will be okay, so before that let me say one thing. So since in parallel combination the EMF is same, so we can write that total EMF, okay, total EMF will be E, not M times of E, because we know in parallel connection the EMF is same, like the potential difference which is also same in parallel combination. So EMF is also same across all the branches. So it will be E. Okay. Now therefore current in the total circuit will be total EMF by total resistance, which is R by M. So if we simplify it, M R plus small r. Okay, so this is our current. Now if we take, so current I will be this thing. So if we take R much greater than R by M, so this external resistance is much greater than the internal resistance in parallel, then what will happen? Then I will become equal to, so R is much greater than R plus M, so we can neglect that, so we will get I equals to, see here, so we are not taking this, so see the first expression, so E by R plus R by M, so here this is less, so we neglect this, so E by R we get, so this is the maximum current. Okay, sorry, this is not the maximum current, so this is one case. So in the next case we will get the maximum current. So here we get the, here we see that when your resistance is much greater than R by M, so here we will get the current as E by R, which is equal to the current provided by a single cell. Okay, if there was only a single cell, then the current would have been this. Now suppose your R is much less than R by M, so in that case current will be, so E by or M into E by R, because here we omit R because it is less, so we get here, so here we see the condition, so this is the condition where we will get the maximum current in the circuit, which is our, so in this condition we see that I equals to M times of E by R, that is current is increased M times the current provided by a single cell. Okay, so this is the condition, that is when R is much greater less than R by M, we get the maximum current. Okay, so now let us draw the equivalent circuit after finding the equivalent resistance and current and EMF. So we can draw the circuit as so this is our external resistance, this is our E, this is our current, and this total setup. So M number of cells are arranged, means for M number of cells equivalent EMF and resistance have been found out. Okay, so which is R prime, suppose, which is equal to R by M. So this is the circuit. In the previous case also we can draw the circuit as, again we can draw in this manner only. R, this was R and this was our NR, because our equivalent resistance was N into R, so we can write here N into R. This was our circuit. Okay, in the previous case, so this is how it can be represented. So in the previous case we considered N number of cells are arranged in series, here M number of cells are arranged in parallel. So both the cases we saw. Now in the next case we will see the mixed grouping of cells, like n number of cells are arranged in series together with m number of cells in series which are connected in parallel. Means m number of parallel lines are there. Let us see now how to get maximum current for a mixed grouping of cells. So mixed grouping of cells, as I have said, that there are n number of cells in each row. Suppose in each row there are n number of cells and there are m such rows. Okay, there are m number of such rows. Okay, one after the other. So there are n number of cells in series and this type of rows is m in number. So we have m number of rows, such type of rows. And this is the external resistance. So in this case, net EMF in each row will be what? So we have done this. So n times of E. Okay. So we have to add all the E's, and if there are n number of E's, so we will get n times of E. Therefore, net EMF for m number of rows will be what? If there are m number of rows, then what we will get? Then also we will get n times of E. Why? Because we know that for each branch, so in parallel combination for each branch, if the EMF in one is NE, so in all the others also it will be same. So the net EMF is NE. Now internal resistance in each row. Internal resistance in each row is what? N into R. So we have done it in the first part. Okay, that in each row, if we add all the resistances, just simply add it till n number of times. So then we will get n into R. So now for m rows, what will be the resistance? So 1 by R prime is equal to, let it be R prime for m number of rows, so it will be NR plus 1 by NR plus it will go on till m terms. Okay, there are m number of rows, so till m terms. So this we can write it as m into 1 by NR or m by NR. Okay, therefore R can be written as NR by M. So this is our internal resistance. Okay, for m number of rows. So pause it and see it once if you are unable to understand. So I am erasing this. Now total resistance in the circuit is what? External resistance plus internal resistances. So internal resistance is what? R prime. Now only we found it out. So it is NR by M. Okay. Therefore, current through the circuit will be I equals to total EMF is N times of E, okay, plus total resistance is NR by M. So if you simplify it, we will get, take LCM. So we get N into M into E whole divided by M capital R plus N into small r. This is our expression for current for a mixed grouping of cells. Okay, remember this, very important for numericals. Now you see, now we have to find out the condition for getting maximum current. So we will get maximum current when the denominator is minimum. So this will be maximum when the denominator is minimum, inversely dependent. So if this becomes maximum, this will be minimum. So but we want this maximum, so this should be minimum. Okay. So now let us simplify the denominator. Let us write the expression of current here once, N into M into E by MR plus N into small r. So let's write MR plus N into small r. This can be written as root over MR plus root over NR square. See, same thing is this. So root over square you will get MR only, and root over its square, so you will get NR only. Okay, we have arranged it in this portion. Why? Because we can write it then in this manner. Root over MR plus root over NR whole square minus of twice of MR to NR. Okay. Now what we will do to adjust it, we will write in this manner. Sorry, this will be, let us write it, yes. So let us write it in this way. So this we brought an extra term minus this term we brought, and to adjust it we brought again plus this term. So this will cancel out, and this term will only remain, which is same to this term. So why did we bring this? Now only we will get MR plus root over NR whole square, okay, plus 2 root over MR into root over NR. So this is our expression. This will get adjusted because A plus B whole square, you think about A plus B whole square. So A plus B whole square is what? A square plus B square plus 2AB. So this is A square, this is B square, plus 2AB is this one. Okay, so it will be adjusted by this one. So after this it will be minus. So after this, so A minus B whole square, so it is A square plus B square minus this thing, and it is adjusted by this thing. So we get this. Now this term will always be positive. Okay, this can never be negative because it is a perfect square. Okay, a perfect square can never be negative. If you get something like this, A minus B whole square, so it is always positive. Always remember, because this is a perfect square. So now what we can see, that its minimum value can be, so root over, it is always positive and its minimum value can be 0. Okay, so that means we can write it in this manner. So let us solve this. So MR equals to, we square root both the sides, we square both the sides by bringing it this side, or let us, so we will square both the sides, so we will be left with, okay, then what we will get, nr by m. Okay, so we are getting here the total resistance as nr by m. So this when the external resistance is nr by m, then this term, okay, then this term will be minimum. So this is always positive. Okay, so its minimum value is 0. Its minimum value is 0. So we see that in order to get this as minimum, this term should also be minimum. So in order, what will be the minimum value of this? So we will get the minimum value of this term only when r equals to nr by m. That is, we will get the maximum current from the circuit when the resistance is n times of r by m. Okay, that is, the external resistance is equal to the total internal resistance of the cells. Okay, the external resistance is equal to the total internal resistance of the cells, because we have seen that internal resistance of the cell is nr by m. You see it, we have seen nr by m as the internal resistance. So when our resistance is equal to the internal resistance, we will get the maximum current, because this is minimum then. Okay, so this is our condition for getting maximum current in case of mixed grouping of cells. So the conditions you have to remember. And so first we solved for cells arranged in series. Next we did for cells in parallel, and here both series and parallel condition is maintained. So in this case we found out the maximum, the condition for maximum current in a different way. So in this case we simplified it in this manner. Okay, so with this value will be minimum when we take this value as minimum. So find out its value. We solved it and we get r equals to nr by m. That means if you take mr equals to nr, if you take mr here, this term will be 0 only. So we will get this minimum. So we will get this value as only this much. So the smallest value it can have is only this much if this is 0. And if it is more than 0, then we will get some positive value. Suppose, guess, this value is 2. Okay, or suppose 4 square, suppose it is a 4, its value is 4. So 4 plus something will obviously greater than only this thing. This is the minimum value we get. I think it's not visible. So this is the minimum value we get. Whatever value we take, it cannot be less than this value, because its minimum value can be 0. Now if you take even 1 here, so the 1 plus, if you know the values of this, you will get a term which is greater than the previous value. So in all the cases, so the minimum value it can have is 0 plus something plus this thing. So in order to, that means make this minimum, this can be 0, and when we resolve it, we get r equals to nr by m. So this is the condition. I hope you all have understood. So that's all for today. Thank you.